go. We first started using the machine about 2 years ago when we sort of got into the coaching a little bit deeper and started looking at how we could be different from the rest in coaching by starting to use machinery, other things that weren't just a stick and a ball.
Ready, go. Go.
Well, I've been involved in hockey for all my life. I started playing hockey when I was about 4 in Holland. My first club was when I was 8. Since then I've always played league hockey, trained every week and played full-time hockey. I got into coaching when I was 18. That's when I coached my first college team, and since then, same again, I've been sort of coaching on and off, and the last 10 years I've been coaching full-time.
We knew that the cricketers had a bowling machine, and we had attempted to use it for hockey by using it on its side, which really wasn't very practical. And then Bram came along and mentioned that there was in fact an adaptation whereby we could use it for both activities, which made it very cost effective, and we decided to upgrade the cricket machine that we had to incorporate both activities so that it was in fact being used for 12 months of the year.
Where the machine is very useful in coaching is when you're running a session for a team where all the players are out, keepers, the forwards, the defenders, the substitutions, everybody's there, so you've got about 20 to 30 people on the pitch, and there's always a couple of people that want individual attention, and that's where the machine comes in its own right. For instance, the keepers always want shots at goal, and it's not always that you want to coach shooting at goal. So therefore the keepers can entertain themselves and train themselves with the machine by setting up various exercises and training, the safe clear technique. They might have a very weak foot, which means they can only kick with the right and not with the left. So the machine can just keep feeding the ball in on the left-hand side, one keeper feeding, one saving, one collecting balls, and they can do that for the whole session while me as a coach, I'm coaching the team and keeping the team happy.
The main thing is it increases the efficiency of almost every activity by literally 300 or 400%. Most of the things you practice fall down because perhaps of the inaccuracy of the first pass.
Because it's so accurate feeding the ball each time, it's very safe to go very close to the action. Whereas if somebody is feeding by hand and hitting the ball could finish up anywhere, so it's not very safe to go in to the action and actually coach on the spot. So for instance, if a goalkeeper is safe clearing with his left foot, I could quite happily stand by his right foot and help him with every save instead of standing 10-20 yards away from him.
Good, follow the ball each time, you're on your toes. Jump to the ball.
It's used quite extensively. We get to use it doing the main hard shots, but it also, if you just tilt it, you can do the air shots. Very useful, because it's very difficult for a player to actually position the ball so well. The machine can position it just where you need it.
You can get the same shot 10-15 times in a row, so you can work on that shot and improve that shot.
Boys winning at the moment, ready, go!
What the machine does better than the player is it gets it more consistently on the right spot, so you can improve your weakness, your particular weakness, far more efficiently.
All players, even the best international players, sadly, can't hit the ball consistently, say 100 times, into the same spot. Now the ball machine can do that, and we use it for that purpose. It's very, very useful indeed for playing the ball into one particular area of the goal at varying speeds. When I'm coaching elite keepers, such as David Lucky's, I would use the ball machine to hone his techniques. Now I can't hit a ball that accurately for that long. Hockey balls are quite heavy, and my back is quite old, and therefore trying to hit the ball into the same place in the goal to practice a technique, say right foot save clearing, or right foot stopping, or right leg saving, or right hand saving, anything that requires a repetition of a particular practice, then obviously I need to have the ball played in one particular area. The ball machine is excellent for that. We can vary the speed, we can vary the height, and we can vary the angle. So the first way I would use it is to hone a technique. Very important for that.
We use it in conjunction with not just goalkeepers but with outfield players as well, and it's used just to take away the unpredictability of a person feeding the ball in, and it makes you definitely concentrate a lot more because you know that the ball's always going to be coming in the same place, the same spot every time. It lets you hone your techniques a lot more. What we're doing is using it for technique work. We're not using it as match situation work. It's not trying to simulate a match. I mean, we're using it to get the technique right, and we don't just do it on the right foot or don't just do it on the left foot. We do it on both feet, so we get the technique right, and so that when you have to use it in conjunction with other players, so that when the players come in and shoot, your technique's fine.
With the safe clear technique with a keeper, it's very important that they learn to kick with both legs. So therefore it's important that they do the same amount of kicking with the weak leg as the strong leg. And you can analyse from the strong leg kicking how to kick on the weak leg and then really keep going over and over and over again. To get the ball to go high in the machine, it's very easy. There's a very easy adjustable thing on the machine where you just turn it and the machine starts getting at a higher angle so the ball fires up high.
Probably a harder skill in hockey than hitting the ball accurately is flicking it accurately, which is lifting it off the ground hard into the roof of the net. Goalkeepers need to practice that, and so the machine is extremely good for that particular practice. It will also take light balls as well as normal weight balls from fairly close in, and that minimises the risk to the goalkeeper in terms of injury. So we can really sort of make the thing go very fast, build the speed up considerably so that the ball is going perhaps faster than it would do in the game. Now that's very useful because it makes the reactions of the goalkeeper that bit quicker.
Go. Oh, it's a good goal. Good one then, to finish off. Ready? Go.
Clearly we can use the machine for line practice as well, and we fire balls then at the man who's standing on the goal line and who's waiting for a ball to be hit that's been not saved by the goalkeeper, that's been missed by the goalkeeper. It's gone flying past him and he's got to make a split-second save on the line with a stick, 2 inches of wood to save a certain goal. So practice of that is very important. World Cups, Olympic Games have been won and lost by people saving balls on the line, not goalkeepers, field players in that sense. The ball machine can help us in that practice too.
With the line stopping exercise, it's very important that the ball is always hit accuracy, otherwise it's dangerous for the person on the line. So the ball machine is very good at feeding the ball low in the corner, so it's quite safe for the person to stand on the line.
From a player's point of view, basic skills is brilliant. I mean, the stopping the reverse stick, stopping on the open stick, taking an aerial ball, practicing the deflections, all sorts of things like that. It's excellent. So I mean, it makes a coach's life easy. You know, you just need, as long as you've got plenty of balls, you take your ball machine with you and then, you know, off you go. It's very useful.
There's one very weak spot on defenders which is happening at the moment, is the aerial ball. When it goes up in the air, defender has to receive it and get rid of it or keep the ball in possession and pass it around. So with the aerial ball, it's very important that when the player receiving the ball plays the ball away from the defender. And then once having played away from the defender, get control of it and pass it into touch or to a player on his side. And again, the repetition of this makes it much easier for the person to learn how to receive a ball in the air.
The other thing that we use it for, actually very usefully, is people shooting at goal. So the ball is fired in from the wings and the player either has to control it and shoot or try and touch it in the goal as a tip-in, effectively.
For myself as a forward, particularly tip-ins, when the ball's fired from the wing and you can actually go in there and try and deflect the ball into the roof of the net. When you get players to do it, you have to wait about once every 5 before you get a shot in. So it makes it more consistent.
One of the best ways of using it from my point of view as an attacker is for goal scoring, and one of them is the deflection, the tip-in, because the crosses from a right winger or a left winger aren't very accurate all the time. You never get a chance to practice the tip-in. Now, it is important to practice the crossing, but it's very boring to stand at the end of it and never getting across, especially when there's 2 or 3 of you trying to tip in the ball. So he can practice somewhere else by hitting the ball with somebody accurately, and then Will can practice the tip in by getting a tip in every time the ball comes in.
There is something about the novelty of having a bit of machinery to perfect a particular part of an activity. Things like tip-ins, we can often end a session with a tip-in where you make the ball hit inside the post and you have people running in from the edge of the circle. It always ends up as an hilarious session.
Out the line of the ball. Good, next one. Good goal, next one. Just keep it going, just nice and quick. Good goal, that's better. Just keep it going. Keep your stick where the ball line is. Oh, look, you don't sweep at it.
As much as all National League players would like to think, you can't hit 100 out of 100 balls in the same place. So the unpredictability of it, I suppose, is quite realistic. But then, you know, if you really want to drill in a technique and practice a technique 100 out of 100 times, then the ball machine is, you know, it's irreplaceable, really.
So, in my view, it's useful at any level. It's useful for the coaching of goalkeepers specifically, but as we've seen, it's also extremely useful for the coaching of field players in their basic techniques, in stopping, in receiving, in taking aerials down, in receiving and shooting at goal.
So I think it increases efficiency in a quite memorable way. Very well worthwhile.
Low again on the foot. Other side. Okay.